Bro, you're not at where you need to be in life. And I know you've been making excuses. I know you've been blaming everybody. But today, we're about to have an honest conversation about where you're currently at in life. I know there's so many excuses you've probably been telling people, you've been telling yourself, and you don't truly want to understand the true consequences of your decisions that you have made. But today, we need to talk about it, man. There's so many brothers that I know right now that are currently hurting in life. They're down, they're depressed. And truthfully, it's because they're not taking any accountability. They're not taking any responsibility. They're not truly looking at themselves in the mirror and evaluating where they're currently at. It's important for us as men to truly understand this concept because we can only self approve and we can only grow when we decide to reflect upon the decisions that we are making at this moment and what the decisions we have made in the past. So I know there's times where you may have made the wrong decision. You're supposed to go right and you went left. And that's okay. Many of us as men are going to do that. We don't always make the right decisions because sometimes we don't have proper male guidance and leadership. So you're trying to learn by trial and error. You're trying to learn this life, and this life is difficult, especially as a man. And we make the wrong decision. We truly do. We don't know what to do. So a lot of it, unfortunately, is because you probably are acting upon your emotions. I see that time and time again with men. They make the wrong decision because they do what feels right. They don't discipline themselves. They're not putting in this work. They're not grinding, and they're not sacrificing in order for them to truly get to that next level in life. And if that's you, that's okay, brother. I need you to understand that that decision may have came with negative consequences, but that doesn't mean that your life is over. Just because you made that bad decision doesn't mean that your life is just give up. And there's many people that I have seen where they might have sell drugs, they may have gang bang, they may have caught a body, they may have committed some wrong sins in life, and they are being tormented. And truthfully, you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive these people, and you have to ask God to intervene so that you can take it to the next level in life. This conversation needs to be had because a lot of times you don't know how this accountability for men, we're lacking it. I see it time and time again. These men, especially at a young age, if you're 19, probably all to 24, young men are just not, you don't know how to be accountable. You don't know how to be responsible. I'm seeing that over and over and over and over again. It's like a repeating pattern between young men. And you truly have to learn how to be an accountable brother. You know how a lot of times they say you have to be a man of your word. So you have to show me, brother. You have to show me that you're going to truly decide to take initiative to change your life, man. You truly have to change. If you're watching my video, you have to become a better person. You have to become a better man. This world is relying on that. I'm relying on that. Men are needed. And I need you to truly understand that you're important. You're valuable. Can definitely be something important with your life. You are important. And I need you to understand that. But a lot of this has to truly start with you. You have to truly do this work, my brother. That's why I speak on my channel a lot about healing and understanding that unless you truly want to go down a difficult path, all for the sake of just because you want to learn the hard way, I don't understand why we do that as men when you can tap in with this community. There's a lot of books that you can read. There's a lot of mindset shifts that we can understand that will allow us to be great. You have greatness within you, bro. You have the potential to truly overcome whatever circumstances you're currently in. If you're battling child support cases, if you got a wicked baby mama, if you're against all odds because you don't see any hope because you're living in a ghetto, if you're poor right now, you don't know how you're going to get out of it. The answer is to believe. You have to believe. You have to regain your faith. You have to regain your hope. You have to not give up. You hear me? You have to not give up. The moment you give up is the moment you're basically a quitter, bro. And we can't be a quitter. This is the conversation that you really need to have. A lot of you guys quit. A lot of you guys gave up. And we need to stop doing that as men. There's too many men giving up. There's too many men quitting. There's too many men saying life is difficult. It's too hard. We're never going to find a woman. We're never going to get this successful mindset. We're never going to get success. That's not true, bro. I don't care what anybody says. Keep going after it until the day that you die. That's the mindset that we need to have. We're never going to quit. We're never going to give up. We're going to keep going and going and going until the last heartbeat in our chest, until we die, until we go on to the next life. That's how we need to be as men. And this is the truthful, honest conversation. You need to regain that fighter spirit. I know that there's been times in my life specifically where, I'm going through difficult times. I might not have the best mindset as far as, thinking my way out of it. But that's when my discipline comes in. That's when I know I have these routines set in place. You're kind of on autopilot. You're in that robot mode, just going after. I wake up, I go to the gym, I go to work, I plan out this video, I speak my mind, I put in enough energy into my purpose that eventually I'm going to see the rewards of that. If you have things set in motion, then you know that you can have a positive future. But a lot of us don't have things in motion. We're living in the past, depressed, drinking, smoking, trying to fornicate, and not truly locking in. You need to tap back in. You need to understand that now is the moment. Stop waiting on tomorrow. Today is the moment. Today is the moment that you're hearing my message. We're having a truthful, honest conversation. As a big brother, bro, sometimes you need to have the big brother give you some game, or even a little brother. It just can be anybody that's holding you accountable. I'm holding you accountable, bro. I want you to truly rise. I want us together to rise and win. So do me a favor, leave some comments down below if you're going through some struggling times, if you're hurting, if you're battling your mindset, whatever you're going through. And if you're reading some of the comments, lift some brothers up, man. We need our community to continue to support one another. This can't happen without me and you coming together in unity. Each one, teach one. That's how we're going to grow. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, peace.